What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're as excited as I am today because I have a review of the newly released SH Figuarts Naruto Uzumaki Sage Mode Savior of Konoha. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, here we have our newly released Sage Mode Naruto. We're jumping right into it. We have a lot of ground to cover. So giving this guy a quick spin so you can just see that beautiful cloak he's got on. And man, they are killing it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. We're going to jump into the articulation since, as mentioned, got a lot of ground to cover. And this guy is, well, he's another Naruto, so nothing too new and crazy. We're going to take that off him real quick. Set it aside. So starting off, he can look upwards, down, no problem. All that nice range of motion. And the first new thing, they were listening. This is not on just a regular hinge. So you have like a little ball peg type of item into a socket right here. So you can actually move this around all over the place and rotate it so it's much more natural. So his headband is flowing in the wind in all directions, not just up and down. Another thing to point out, the sash of the headband back here is actually longer. So very nice. I love that. And I am so glad they went ahead and incorporated it into this guy. So next, arms, same deal, nothing new. You can move them upwards just fine. T-pose, butterfly joint right there. Inside, he's going to have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, boom, boom, all there. You can lean backwards about that much, forwards about there. You will have ball joint rotation up here in the chest as well as in the waist. This is a floating piece. This little shuriken pouch is on a ball peg. You can rotate that around. Legs, forward, backwards, thigh cut, double jointed knees, calf rotation, ankle rocker, toe hinge, all the goodies. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is I have 3 copies of this guy. And on 2 of them, I don't know if I was pushing the figure, which I wouldn't say so. I would say it's a standard crouching pose, but the right leg popped out of its socket on 2 separate figures, 2 of the 3. So that's something to point out. It's not like it broke or anything, and it's not loose. I mean, you can see it's pretty solid in there, but it did pop out on 2 of the 3 of them. So I thought that was a bit interesting and quirky. Let's put it that way. So with the basic articulation out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the meat of this video, which, let's go ahead and push him back. I want to go over the cloak first. All right, here's a nice little look on it. So it's pretty similar to Itachi's, where it's going to have a wire coming down and around. So it's going to have this wire looping towards the back, coming around and back up. Except this one actually goes all the way and connects over here. So you have, you see, bending at the top. Whereas Itachi's, I'm going to bring it in for a comparison here. Since it is a different design, of course, so his goes upwards and stops right here. It doesn't continue around, so there is no wire on the collar itself. This is just, you know, static. So I thought that was actually really nice, that this does loop all the way around. That way you can finesse it a bit more with the character, in this case our boy. But yeah, very nicely done. Unlike Itachi's as well, it doesn't have like a little clip right here to close it, but again, Naruto, he was sporting it, just opened up. So yeah, but Very nicely done. No tears or weird little seams sticking out on any of the three. So beautifully done. So set that aside. And let's jump into the faces. So he has a total of 5 faceplates. Number 1, we have the basic stoic sage mode, done very, very nicely. Plug that right back in. He also has a very nicely done smiling face. This just looks so good. Crispy lines throughout. And the yelling face, very nicely detailed as well. Inside of the mouth, those little fox lines looking good. Closed eyes, meditating in sage mode. Very nice paintwork with those reds on there as well. And lastly, the teeth gritting one. And now I want to compare this face specifically with the one that comes with Obito. As you can see, they are slightly different. The Obito one right here, it's more of like a teeth gritting, but like in a smile, like I'm about to whoop you type of thing. And the eyes on the Obito one are a little bit more yellow, more saturated, brighter. I also want to point out that the pegs are different. So Obito's, the pegs right here are much longer. So they're not going to work on this figure. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, they're much longer pegs, so it's not going to fit in perfectly. It's going to be sticking out. So if you really want to use this face on this particular Naruto, you would have to shave down these pegs a bit, which, you know, up to you if you want to do it that way. Again, the plus on this guy is that his head, with the headband, you can actually rotate it around. So unlike the other Naruto figures, it's just up and down. Or you can simply give the cloak to the other Naruto that this head works. But again, it's your choice, but thought I'd bring that up because I was a little bummed out that you couldn't just plug it in as simple as that. Next off, he is going to have a total of 6 pairs of hands. So number 1, he will have the fists that he has right out of the box. He will also have a pair of hands that has the plug for the Rasengans that he comes with. Pair of jutsu hands. Open splated hands. Meditating hands, or when he is in that sage relaxation mode. And relaxed hands. He also has a pair of crossed arms, which, bringing into the fold, I am going to show you the crossed arms that came with the original Shippuden Naruto. So these are different. This original pair, you would basically port it in on the right here, in the bicep, the top portion of the bicep. So you pop the arms off right here, plug this in, and this is a 2-piecer, so to speak, so these would connect as well. Whereas this one, because of the whole cloak gimmick and to make sure that the figure crosses his arms and it functions correctly, you actually pop the arms off down here. So pop them down here, slide this in, and this is one solid piece as far as I can tell you. It does not come apart. So this is one solid piece, unlike the other one. I think this kind of works a little bit better. Again, in comparison to the other one, it just, since it's one solid piece, I've had problems where like the other one would come apart. So I think this does work a bit better, but something to note as well, this is different. So setting that aside, he comes with a big old scroll. This is a rubbery material. It rotates, just slip that on there. And this is like on a little plug-in, which you might be able to go ahead and pop it out That way, if you want to have like the scroll just on its own for photos or what have you, you should be able to do it. I'm not gonna risk it. I might try it off camera, but awesome. He also has the Rasen Shuriken. And this one, scooch him back, is the same mold as the one that the Kurama one came with. Except as you can see, Sage Mode has much more swirl lines throughout it. Almost like it's a different shade of blue as well that the plastic was molded in. This one also has more white on it. Here's the underside. But yeah, same mold, just slightly different. So scooch that out of the way. And he also comes with 2 of these Odama Rasengans. Also very nicely done. Nice translucent blue, swirl lines, hits of white. And to compare it to the other Rasengans, so this one is the one that came with the original Shippuden Naruto. This is the Odama Rasengan right here with the Sage. And then we have the even bigger one that came with the Kurama right here, which has more swirls as well. So different versions is always nice to have. All right. So that's gonna be it when it comes to the accessories. I do wanna go ahead and show him next to his counterparts. So into the fold, I'm going to bring the original Shippuden right here, as well as the top 99. There we go. And I want to say that the colors on Sage Mode are more in line with the top 99 oranges and like the charcoals in comparison to this one. The hair on him as well is definitely much more yellow, just yellow. So like this one, this is like the darkest, and it goes here, and then boom, the most yellow in the middle of that Sage Mode. So cool little differences. Just look at the back sides. There we go. I'm gonna get these 2 out of the way. And I also want to go ahead and just bring into the frame just a Kurama one. Again, this Sage Mode is pretty much the other ones, but I just want to have them right there for scale. Alrighty, and with that, let's wrap it up. Alright guys, I think you already know what's up. This figure is killer. He comes with a whole bunch of accessories. He is the second figure in the Naruto line to come with a cloth goods item, being his cloak. Articulation is on point, and just general improvements with the headband, and I want to say with the cross arms options parts. So if you can get him, snag him. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. You can check out my Instagram at gojiboy93, where you're going to find photos of this guy as well as many other figures in my collection. And if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, please consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.